Right, here we are, AFL fantasy time. It's time to pick the team for Berkey's big, bad, brute bustling bull magnets. Okay, so we've got 21 days before the start of the season. So a bit of a rough guide to what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to pick my premium players early. Have a look at some players I think are going to have a breakout season, and then rookies are last, but the rookies are the ones that are probably going to change later down the track. Other ones, premiums we should sort of know, so if we sort of want to set and forget them early, put them in and then just let them do their thing. And yeah, let's get started and see how we go. Alright, so starting off, probably want to get the premium mids in. Rory Laird, the highest player of last season, only won over $1 million. And I think you just got to put him in and he's still at his prime. He's still got plenty of upside. So you put him in and just let him get the points. And also a good captain choice as well. Now let's work out how to do this. Just put it in and he should go in there. Slot it in. All right, first guy picked. Well done, Rory. Okay. So another one here. Let's have a look. I think Mills has got plenty of upside as well. Brayshaw was a gun last season. Can he do it again, Fremantle? Guess we'll just have to wait and see, but I'm not willing to put him in at this stage. I think Oliver is going to have some massive games, some sort of small games, but overall he's going to be right up there. So I like Clary. I think I'm going to chuck him in as well. And he's probably looking for one more of the premiums, seeing he's got a bit of upside from last year. Darcy Parish and Zach Merritt. I think with Darcy Parish injuries last year has brought him down in price, and I think he's going to have a bit of upside this year, get some massive scores as well. So I think I'm going to put him in a little bit cheaper, and I think if he's fully fit this season, he should be right for a big one. Alright, I'm going to chuck a few of the forward premium in here. Dunkley, I think with a new club, always players going to a new club are always up there and keen to impress. And I think Dunkley is going to be right up there again. Hope his shoulder should be right to go. Oh, can't put him in there. So chuck him, get that right for the forwards. Maybe we're going to have to go up here. No, forwards there, so I should be able to chuck him in. No, recruit as a forward. There we go. Okay, look at that, still learning. There we go, a little bit different this year, but I think it should be good. Taranto with the same, plenty of kicks. He's going to be a Richmond, quite a good fantasy style team. So I think he's up there as well. Recruit him as a forward. And the next one's this is a hard one. You go Rosie or Butters because they're both definitely got upside and they will be improving on last year, I believe. A little bit injury prone, but I think we just ride them out and see how they go. I think up forward we can, at this stage, we're going to chuck them both in. Recruit them as a forward and recruit them as a forward. I like to do the premium forwards as forwards, not as midfielders. And if we get rookies, mid-forwards, you put them so you can rotate between whether they go defence, mid-forward, etc. So I think it's actually not looking too bad at the moment. I reckon there's probably one more thing I want to do in the mid though. I think who is going to have a big season here. Coming over from North Melbourne. Yeah, the best way to do it here. Well, this is also a good one that should possibly in there. I'm going to chuck Mitchell in at the moment. Going to Collingwood, new side, keen to impress. And he's got a lot of upside in the middle. Okay, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look up here. And here's where we go. Search a player. I think going from North Melbourne. He's going to be in for a good... Oh, and a forward as well. So I think... 3 Port Adelaide mid-forwards. I reckon they've got it up there. I think Boak might be forward as well this year by the sounds of it. But I think value for money, I think these three are going to have a good season. They're all going to play through the midfield throughout, and they're all going to rest up forward and get some stats there. So even though there's 3 port players there, I think there's definitely upside for that. Either a Butters or a Rosie may go, depending on price caps, etc. But at this stage, I think we should be able to fill in them quite well. All right. Back to the midfielders. Was handy having Horn Francis up forward so we can get the midfielders. Did like Key's season last year. And I think he'll be up there again, but not quite willing to put him in. Brody was definitely a surprise packet last year. Had him last year and he did very well for me. But don't think I'm going to chuck him in this year because I think there's better sides there. This is what I'm liking, Davies Uniac. He was up and down last year, but I think with Horn Francis gone, he's going to be a lot in the middle, so I'm going to chuck him in for my mids as well. Well, Crisp has been moved out to fence. Not quite willing to chuck him in as a midfielder. So I think at this stage, that's going to be my starting midfield. Starting forward, but maybe one to go depending on price, how we go after we pick our defenders. So we're going to chuck out defenders and see what we got. Yeah, the top 3. Do you just chuck in the top 3? Because they're going to be good again. Duncan. Oh, as a defender, Duncan could be handy, but maybe a little bit on his way down. He was sort of a bit more down last season. Hall, injury prone. Dacos last season last year. Can he deliver again and go up in price? If you get him, he's going to be a set and forget. Just having a look. Yeah, I think you go on the premiums and then you're hoping there's a fair few rookies coming in the defensive area to get you some money. So I'm going to go Dacos in. How are we going with money? Still got 6.2 remaining. Few positions to go. So I'm going to Sinclair and Doherty. I'm going to chuck Dawson there for now. Captain of the Crows now. So how's that going to affect him? Yet to see. I'm going to chuck him in there and then once again work out when we get the rookies in. Okay, so rucks. Here we go. It's going to be a tough one, the rucks. Do you go 2 premiums and set and forget the rucks? Definitely a difference if it's set and forgets this year. Gorn and Grundy together. Is that going to affect their output? I'm thinking it probably will. Not willing to set and forget them early. And I think it's going to be a wait and see on those to see whether we do change them around. But I think English and Marshall or Wicks are probably the go-tos. Darcy a little bit too injury prone. Name Curvis a bit too injury prone. This is one here, Jackson for Fremantle with the ruck forward. It's going to be interesting to see how he fares with that. Marshall, definitely upside. Same with O'Brien. Marshall can be injury. Wicks can be injury prone. There's a lot of injury prone ruckman. The only thing with these, I'm thinking at this stage I might take a chance on Jackson relishing that role there. Has got Darcy's going to be in and out as well. So do I go one who's going to just be taking the ruck the whole time in Marshall or Witts? I think Marshall's probably the most upside with that. And then Obviously, we're just looking for what rookies come in over the pre-season games, who gets a game, and then we'll check again at the starting sides for the season. But I think that's a good start. It's definitely got some good players in there. I think that's going to go well. What have we got? We got 1.7 million. How many players we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I think we're going to have to get rid of one of these premiums. One or possibly two premiums are going to go. But I think the midfield, I'm looking pretty happy with that. It's going to have to be one forward and one defender, I think, that's going to go to free up some money for some rookies. All right. There's your rucks. Ruck rookies are, usually few and far between, but we'll just check how those go. Got the midfielders. All right, so I think at this stage we're going to save that. Can we save it from here? Saved, already saved. Look at that. Worst thing than picking the whole team and not being saved, so the auto save is good. All right, part one of the team. Going to have a little bit more of a look at the rookies, I think, and then we'll chuck some in from there. So premiums done. A few lower style premiums, but what people are going to think are going to have good years. All right, so part one done. We'll come back part two with getting some rookies and see what we can fit into the team. Cheers.